Everyone, it's Nikki. So, I wanted to talk today about how to make an anti apology. I feel like there's a lot online about how to make apologies and how not to do an anti apology where you explain why you did something but don't actually apologize it or don't make any effort to change your behavior. And I'm making this video because I've just been having a lot of flashbacks recently to all of the times when I have felt guilt tripped into apologizing for things that I really was not sorry for. And all the times that I felt guilt tripped into saying that I was going to change my behavior going forward when I really wasn't. It's just, I've done this so many times saying I was sorry and saying that I was going to change when I wasn't sorry and I had no intention of changing. Um, so I very recently had to deal with something where someone seemed to be expecting me to be sorry for something and to change my behavior going forward. And I think I did a pretty good job about explaining my behavior and explaining the fact that it was circumstantial and not making any promises to change it going forward. And I want to give a demo of that. And let me just be clear that this is unironic. It's unironic. It's not meant to be a joke. It's not meant to be a bad example where I say, this is how not to apologize in an effort to teach people how to apologize. This is literally how to not apologize because that is a skill that I actually want to have. And I really, as I'm starting my 35th year, want to just stop ever apologizing for things I'm not sorry for and stop making false promises to change when I'm not going to change. So here's the example. I recently got an email from my condo association saying that I was breaking the rules. Now, I did not apologize for breaking the rules because I'm not sorry for breaking the rules. It's not something that I actually care about. I gave an explanation of why, and I gave an explanation of why it probably wasn't going to happen again, but I never explicitly promised that it wouldn't because it's circumstantial. My behavior is based on external factors. It's not something that I would promise without knowing those external factors. So, I live on a second floor condo and I have a slider door that goes outside to this little deck area. And it's completely open. It's like this big open window slider door. And during the day, I keep it completely open. I have the blinds completely up so I can see out there all day. And then in the evening, I bring my blinds completely down for privacy so that no one can see into the condo. Now, I got my blinds when I first moved in, and last September my blinds broke. The rope pulley system just kind of snapped in half where the blinds got stuck at about a halfway point. So I called up the company that made my blinds and they said that I have a lifetime warranty. So they would send me a new set of blinds completely free. I didn't have to pay shipping or anything. Now, it took about 3 months for these blinds to come in. There's supply chain issues. When I called for updates, they said they hadn't really built the blinds yet. It just took a little while. Now, I needed something in the meantime to use because the way they were stuck in the middle was absolutely not going to work for me. It was covering too much during the daytime. During the day, I need to see completely out of my window, everything. And at night, I need absolute complete privacy. I'm right across from another condo building. So there are people right there, and I need to have that completely covered during the nighttime. So what I did was a friend of mine helped me to take the blinds completely down so that way I could see completely out during the daytime. And then at nighttime, my friend had rigged up this bed sheet I had that's sort of a light green turquoise-ish kind of color. They rigged this up they tied little loops to it so that I could hang it up on the brackets. So for 3 months, that's what I used to cover my window at night. I was completely open during the day, and then at night, I would put up this sort of curtain thing that I had made out of my bed sheets. So then I got my white blinds and they came in December and I put them up and they've been up for about a month. I got a notice from my condo after that month saying that some residents had reported the fact that they saw a green curtain hanging in my window and that that's against the rules because I guess the rules are that everything that's facing the outside has to be white. So your blinds have to be white. And if you have curtains, the side that's facing the outside has to be white. Now, I didn't know about this, but it didn't really matter that I didn't know because it's not something that I'm sorry for. So, the way that I responded, and I'm going to read this response from my phone. The way that I responded did not include an apology and did not give any indication that I wasn't going to do this again. Here's my explanation. The colored curtain is no longer there. I had white blinds when I moved in, but they broke this past September, and when I ordered new blinds, it took a very long time for them to come in. I was using a makeshift curtain out of my bed sheet while waiting for the blinds to come in because I did not have anything else to block the slider window for privacy at night. My new blinds are on now, so this should not be an issue. Now, if you listen carefully to that explanation, there was no apology there. It was just a complete explanation explaining why I did what I did with no remorse, no guilt, nothing to indicate that I feel sorry about it because I don't. The other thing is that I never made a promise to change my behavior. I said that the reason that sheet is not on the window right now is because my blinds are up and they're working. Now, that's not necessarily always going to be the case. I mean, already the rope on these blinds is starting to fray. It's starting to come apart the way that the other one did before it finally snapped in half. And I am sure that at some point, probably this year, if not next year, I'm going to have the same problem with the blinds breaking, and I'll need to either get the new ones through the warranty or get them repaired somewhere. And there will be another large portion of time where the blinds are not up there. Now, during that time, this is a lifetime warranty that I paid for on the blinds. I am not willing to go out and buy something else as a replacement while the blinds are getting fixed or while I'm getting new ones. I am not going to go to a store and buy new blinds, new curtains, a white sheet, anything like that with my own money when I've already paid for this warranty. I'm not going to do that. But also, I absolutely need complete privacy at night. That's completely unacceptable to not have privacy at night. And it's also unacceptable to have any kind of permanent thing up there that would block it during the day. It needs to be open in the day, closed at night. The only thing that works for me as a solution is to use a makeshift thing that I already have in my house that I didn't have to go out and buy. So when the blinds break again, if and when, because that rope is starting to fray, that curtain's going back up. So the way I described it was just that it was circumstantial. I behaved the way I did because of the circumstances, and I stopped behaving the way that I did because the circumstances changed. That's it. No apology. And that's how I felt about a lot of things throughout my life. And I feel like since college and since I got kind of forced into giving an apology for something I did at college, I have been giving these fake apologies for a really long time. Like it was just this fawning response, this trauma response where I would say sorry when I had no remorse whatsoever, not even a little tiny bit. And when I had no intention of changing my behavior, it was just completely circumstantial. And if I ever met the people who reported that I had this green sheet, I would look them in the eye and say, I am not sorry that you had to look at my green sheet. I'm not, because I'm not. Like, I'm just not going to pretend to be sorry. And I wanted to give this explanation, this demo of how to explain without apologizing, because I know that's this bad thing now. That's this red flag all over the internet. Like, don't trust anyone who does that. Well, guess what? I do that. Guess what? I want to stop apologizing for things I am not sorry for. Now, in recent years, I've been a lot better than that. Like, if you met me in like 2021 or later, you've probably never experienced that. But during the years when I was more traumatized, I gave a lot of fake apologies and a lot of fake promises to change things that I would never change. And that ends today. So, this has been a demo of an anti apology, and hopefully, you'll be hearing a lot more of them.